Great. Good afternoon, everybody. Hi, this is Eric Cohn from SnapStream here in Houston, Texas. I really appreciate you joining me today. Hope that everybody is staying safe with the weather and you're having a great day, great week, nice short week. Today, we're going to be talking about SnapStream 9.3. This is the latest release of our SnapStream software. We've added some really nice functionality that we're excited to show you today. Before we get underway, just a few housekeeping items. You can ask any questions that you have right there in the chat window of Zoom. Go ahead and ask them throughout the session, whether or not I'm talking or not. My colleague Tyler sitting right next to me here, and it's going to be answering questions live as we're chatting. So if anything comes up at all, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask your questions. Also, if you want to schedule your upgrade, you can go to snapstream.com/upgrade to schedule a time. We have a whole schedule of times available, and if there's a time outside of that, you can request a time that works best for you, and our support team will do everything they can to make sure we can accommodate those requests. Again, ask away on any questions you have as we go through these slides today. Before we get into it, I do want to mention one quick thing. We are going to be, if I go to my next slide here, we are going to be at IBC next week. If you're going to be out in Amsterdam at the IBC International Broadcasting Conference, we'd love to see you there. Please let us know. Go to snapstream.com/IBC. You'll notice a trend on our links here. There's snapstream.com/IBC. We're going to be out there all next week in Hall 5, booth C48. We're really excited. This is the first time in a little bit we've been out to this show, and we're really excited to show off some really cool features, some kind of sneak peeks of things that we have here in the pipeline. So please let us know if you're planning on being out there. We'd love to see you there. For those of you who are new to SnapStream, I want to say thank you for becoming a SnapStream customer or taking a look at SnapStream. I want to tell you just a little bit about who we are as a company. And I know for those of you who are longtime customers, you know who we are, but I want to dive in just a little bit here and talk. We're here in Houston, Texas. We're really proud of our Texas roots, and there's about 40 of us. We're not a huge company. We mostly developers, and we are here and accessible and always available to you. If you have any questions, if you have any issues, if you have any feature suggestions, anything at all, everybody from the top of the organization to our CEO, Rakesh Agarwal, who's checking his phone here in the image, all the way through the rest of our colleagues are available to you. I'm up there looking confused up in the left top hand corner wearing the blue and white checkered. If there's anything at all we can do for you, we are a customer focused company, and we want to make sure that we are providing an absolutely top-notch service for you. So we have been in this space for a long time. Let me actually bounce back very slightly here. If you've been in television or clipping or in this space that we live in for as long as we have, you've probably seen something like this, and it's probably familiar to you. Racks of DVRs, racks of VHS tapes, DVDs, juggling a bunch of DVRs, and we really set out 15 years ago when we started as a company to get rid of the racks of DVDs, get rid of the racks of VHS, that are impossible to find, that are possible to search through, possible to scrub through, and really centralize television and make it searchable and make it accessible to you. In the same way you would search Google, we wanted to make it just as accessible to search through thousands of hours of television. We really consider ourselves to be the TV blank company. We can help you search television, as I talked about, clip television, monitor content, your company's content, watch TV if that's what you're looking to do, and record. Really, like I said, thousands and thousands of hours of content. We also have deep integration with Twitter and Facebook, which allows us to be able to post content in real time. I'm actually, for the first time today, posting this content or this webinar live to Facebook Live. So I'm really excited about that. But we give you the capabilities to be able to post content in near real time directly to your social media as well. So we really consider ourselves to be entrenched in the world of television, and hope to help you with your TV needs. So I'm going to dive right into our new functionality. I'm actually going to start at our, as you know, we're on our 9.3 release that happened this month. We have a lot of really, really cool features that we're adding in 9.3, but I wanted to quickly run you through our 9.x releases and show you some of the functionality you may have missed that we've added, because there's been some really, really powerful new features that we've added to the software. The first of which is our clip cropping. It allows you to crop clips to 1:1, to vertical aspect ratio for social media. You also can do 16:9 and 4:3 as you've always been able to do, and it allows you to select a very specific portion of the clip to be able to grab just that piece that you're looking for. It's a really nice way, as I mentioned there, to make sure that the chyrons on the screen or the scores or extra content isn't in the clips that you're making. And the really nice thing about this is not only can you do this while clipping, but you also can crop for posting to social media. So if you wanted to post just a very specific piece to your Twitter account or Facebook account or Instagram or whatever it might be, we can clip and make sure you're getting just the content you care about. We've also added Amazon S3 as storage folders. A lot of people are coming to us, said, we're using S3 and we'd like to use that to be able to read right to that to an S3 folder rather than to our system on disk. And so we added that right into the software for them, and you can search, play, clip, and share same way as if it was on disk storage with Amazon S3 storage folders. So an additional item that we added in 9.0, something that had been asked for by a handful of additional customers, which is SAML 2.0 integration. That is SSO single sign-on integration with Ping and Okta. It's incredibly easy to set up. All you do is add your SAML endpoint, your SAML issuer, and then your certificate right there. It's made things a lot easier for our companies that we work with who use that SSO integration and don't have to worry about adding new users or removing users as they're no longer with the company with that SAML 2.0 integration, in addition to LDAP that we've already had available in the software. It really makes it easy to administer your logins across the organization. So that's what we added in 9.0. In 9.1, we added a bookmark functionality that allows a team to work collaboratively to set clip points, create bookmarks. Think of a bookmark like a virtual a virtual clip with a start and end point on your in your recording. And my team can actually be making bookmarks, and then I can actually go in there and review those bookmarks. And maybe I like the start point and end point that Bethany created. Maybe I don't. I can change the start point. I can change the end point. I can even change the context of the title, or excuse me, the metadata of the title and tags and so forth. And then I can push that live, clip that content right out. It also gives you the ability to really easily create approval workflows where certain members of your team can create these bookmarks, and then maybe only one person on that team is actually the person who has the capability to post that content live or clip that content. That was added in SnapStream 9.1. We've also added live stream routing. So we've added Facebook Live, Periscope, and YouTube Live functionality into the software, so you can be live streaming your content to those different platforms. But we've also added the capability to push to multiple locations at the exact same time. So if I was wanting to push this content to YouTube Live, to Facebook Live, and Periscope concurrently, I could do just that. Now 9.2, we made a big jump by adding proxy generation and file playback into the software. This is the capability to generate low bit rate, low resolution clips with right inside SnapStream. So you can be watching either the original content or you can be watching the proxy content. This makes it really great to be able to watch the same content you need over a VPN or across a network where you might have a spotty connection. And then your clips and exports are always going to be of the high res recording. So you don't have to worry that even though you're watching the proxy, you're still clipping on the original high bit rate, high res recordings. Something else we added in 9.2 is something I am so excited about, which is automatic transcript generation. This is available in your more actions in your library. And I'll show you this in the actual software here momentarily, to be able to automatically transcribe content that's not currently transcribed. So this is using a transcription capabilities to bring in closed captioning for content that's not closed caption. If you have interest in really digging into this functionality, let us know. You can let us know in chat or email me, Eric, ERIC @snapstream.com. And we're happy to dig into this a little bit more if this is something that's exciting to you. If you're bringing in live feeds or if you're bringing in content that is for whatever reason not transcribed, it's a very, very cool way to be able to create captions there, and they're going to be indexed in the exact same way as if they'd come across if they were coming off of live air. Again, that's going to be available in your more actions and then under transcribe. And then we've also added, it's a smaller feature, but it's something that had been requested, the capability to actually see your closed captioning on the display. So if you want to watch closed captioning overlaid on top of the television, the TV feed, you can do that hitting the CC button right there. And then also we've added video thumbnail functionality. Again, this is one that I love. It's a really nice quality of life upgrade where you can actually take a little peek at what you're recording there. So I can see that on my Fast Money, for instance, that it's showing a car, or on Shepard Smith there that it's showing the anchor talking in front of the White House. It's just a nice way. You don't have to click into the recording anymore to get a good view on what's happening in the recording. And the really cool thing about this functionality specifically is that our system's actually taking a look at the recording. The software is actually taking a look at the recording, and it's purposely not making sure that it's not grabbing screenshots of black screens or content that is not imperative to the actual recording that you're recording. So it's smartly trying to find what is important context of that video. So now we're diving into 9.3. This 9.3 functionality, the biggest thing is clipping across recordings. And again, I'm going to show you this here momentarily in the software. Clipping across recordings is exactly that. It's something that our customers have been asking for a while. That gives you the capability to be in a recording and say, you know what, I want to be able to grab something from a previous recording, or I want to grab something from the next recording that happened right after that. If the content you're looking for happened at, as you can see here in this example here, the content you're looking for happened at 9:58 and went on for 10 minutes. Previously, you would have to clip that 9:58 to 10 o'clock and then make another clip from 10 o'clock to 10:11. Now we can actually go back, start our clip at the first recording at 9:58 or 9:55 as it is in this case, and then create that endpoint in the next recording where it's 10:11. So it makes it so you don't have to be creating multiple clips. You don't have to do a merge or throw it into Premiere or Avid or whatever it might be to be able to create that clip. It's now handling that clip as if it's just one. It's gonna be available to you as an individual recording across recordings, or excuse me, an individual clip that happens across recordings. This is, again, another one that I'm really excited about. Our revamped notification screen, pop-ups. As you know, if you've used SnapStream for a while, when you're clipping or when you're doing anything inside SnapStream, you're getting pop-ups in the bottom right-hand corner showing the status of the clip, showing the any tasks that are running, like a show squeeze or a show squeeze or an export or whatever have you there. While it's great to have an understanding of what's going on in the recording or in your workflows, sometimes it could get a little cluttered, and our devs understood that and came in and said, how can we revamp the notification screen, make it useful to our customers, but make it a little less intrusive? And so what they came back with was this revamped notification screen. It's going to show you all of your tasks that you have in process, but you can hit that little minus key or minus button, and it's going to minimize it. Now, the coolest thing about this, and again, I'll show this to you here momentarily in the software, is that you can still actually keep track of the progress. What's going to happen is that blue bar, for instance, that blue bar that says clipping 6, would actually would change colors to show you the progress of that clipping process. So it's going to, when it's at 75%, you're going to see 75% blue, and it's going to happen in real time. You don't have to think about it. It's going to be available to you. And maybe you want to just get rid of the tasks pop-ups completely. You can always hit that X button and just disappear those task pop-ups completely. But again, nice quality of life upgrade that it makes it so you can still keep track of what's happening on your SnapStream, but it's going to be a little less intrusive and a little more helpful on the status of what's going on all of your completed and in progress tasks. What this should say, instead of revamp notifications like the previous one, what this should say is that we now have a three times playbacks functionality. We've had in the past up to 2x playback, and we had customers come to us and say that 2x playback's great. We need more power. Let's do 3x. And the difference between our playback speed functionality, by the way, you get that playback speed functionality by hitting that little gear icon in the web player. Our customers came to us and said that they liked it, but they needed that more speed. And like I started to say, the difference here is that if I were to just fast forward, it's going to skip frames. It's going to skip frames as I fast forward. It's going to give me a view into that the recording, but it's not going to give me the entirety of every single frame of that recording. Now, with our playback speeds, you can actually watch every single frame of your content. And this is amazing to me. I actually got a laugh out of this when our devs were talking about it, is that they're actually doing pitch correction. So you're not going to hear, as much fun as this would be, you're not going to hear chipmunk voices, even if you're watching at 3x. I guess you'll hear, a Barry White baritone, I guess. And they're going to do pitch correction to make sure that the sounds are still as relatively normal as they would be at a normal speed. It's again, if your job is to process a lot of content, this is one of those quality of life upgrades that's going to really make things easier for you. This functionality actually came directly from a customer who said, "I love, I'm in SnapStream all day long. I use SnapStream all day long. I wish SnapStream was a little bit more like my podcasts. I listen to my podcasts at 1.25 speed because I only want to listen to it for 50 minutes for every hour of content that I'm getting through." And we said, well, that's a great idea, and we added it right into the software, and it's been one of the fastest one of the features that has been has been used most often out of any of our new features. So we're really happy that our users find this helpful. So I'm going to jump over to the software here in just a second. That's kind of a broad overview of our 9.3 functionality. In addition to the features that you see, we've done a ton of bug smashing, over 75 bugs smashed, as well as a lot of improvements to the way our system works to speed up the software for you. And we're really, really proud of our SnapStream 9.3 release. As I transition here over to the SnapStream software for a quick demo of this functionality, please, again, don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have any questions at all. My colleague Tyler is sitting right next to me here answering any questions that you have about anything I've shown you, about anything that I've discussed. Also, just to reiterate, if you were on the top of the call, if you want to schedule your SnapStream 9.3 upgrade, just go to snapstream.com/upgrade. You can also go in the software, in your SnapStream software, in the top right-hand corner. You can hit the little person icon. Actually, let me just show you this functionality rather than talk about it here. I can go to the person icon right here, click that, and say submit ticket. You can actually always do this. This is going to be available to you in the software, and you can add your email address, your phone number, and say, I'd like to schedule my support, schedule my upgrade. This is also just a great way if you have any questions that come up as you're using the software. If you have any issues that may arise, you can also always submit a ticket to our SnapStream support team directly here. Again, all I did to do that was hit this little person icon, top right-hand corner, and say submit ticket. Now, I'm going to jump into the functionality that I showed you really quickly. And if there's anything particular you'd like me to dive into, you can let Tyler know in chat, and he'll pass that on to me, and I'll make sure to cover it here. But we are going to stay on this call for as long as people have questions. So please keep them coming. We're happy to answer any questions that you do have. So let's first talk about or show you the clipping between recordings. So I'm going to go to a recording here. Let's do our Fox local news here in Houston that aired.
And the friendly service you deserve. SpeedyCat.
1 o'clock airing. So if we go into it here, and again, if you're new to SnapStream, this is going to be our web player screen. If you go into your web player screen, it's going to look as familiar if you're used to SnapStream, but there's 2 new buttons here. Actually 3 new buttons if you haven't upgraded recently. That's that CC button. That was the one that I mentioned a little earlier. If you want to have a closed captions that are over your content, that's
call, click, or
my screen here. If I want to see those closed captions, I can click right on it, and there's those closed captions in the top left-hand corner. But the 2 to the left of it are going to be my previous recording and my next recording. So I'm here in my 1 o'clock hour. If I want to see my previous recording, this system, by the way, this system is actually set to East Coast time. I'm here in Central time, which is why the time disparity between my clock here and what you're seeing. If I want to see that previous recording, which would be my 12:30 recording, I can go ahead and hit that back button. And now you're going to see that it actually comes to my 12:30 recording. There we go. So it gives me a line right here that shows the break between my 12:30 and my 1 o'clock recording. It still keeps me at the point in which I was at when I hit that back button. But if I go back beyond that green line, and you may be a little hard to see based on how you have Zoom set up, but if I go right here, you actually see that I'm in my 12:30 recording. So it's right at the end of my 12:30 recording. I can make that start point here inside my 12:30 recording. And then I can make my end point in my part of my 1 o'clock recording. So you see, I made a 4-minute clip, 3 minutes and 58 seconds to be exact, that started in my 12:30 recording, and then ended during my 1 o'clock recording. I'll turn those closed captions off here. Now, The great thing here is when I clip it out, again, I can clip it as I normally do, give it a title, say this is my hurricane clip. Again, if anybody's dealing with that right now, thoughts are with you. It's pretty crazy to watch this, but hope everybody's staying safe today. And I can tag this however I want to tag it, say hurricane, you can tag it with weather and so forth. You'll also notice, and this is a bit of a minor feature, but it's still something that I find really pleasing. You can see it actually gives me a little color to each tag, just to help me see the difference between the tags. And then I can hit the clip button. Now I'll show you a secondary another feature that we just talked about, which is our new taskbar. So you can see it's clipping right now. If I want to minimize this, save a little space, I can minimize that into my bar, or I can click it out here. And this is shows me my progress tasks. And I can see that, okay, well, I have one task in progress. And Tyler, can you see that, or is it a little too low?
A little bit too low.
All right, I'm going to bring it up. So you can see that maybe. Sorry about that. I want to make sure you can see what I'm talking about. There we go. So you can see that it's showing me my my secondary tasks happening. It also shows as I clip it, and I'll actually clip it again here to make sure you can see what I just did there, that it actually shows me the progress of that individual task by showing each point in that task. It's showing you the amount percentage of it done right here on the bar. So again, I can minimize. I can also just, if I wanted to, I can just get rid of it completely. So saves me some space if I'm clipping all day long, or I'm in a football game, or whatever the situation might be where I'm making a lot of clips in tandem. I can be right in the moment. I don't have to worry about any of those tags covering up anything that's going on, or any of those, pop-ups covering anything that's going on my screen. Now, if I go back over here, you'll see, okay, like I just told you, we have our 12:30 recording right here. We have our 1 o'clock recording right here. Well, you know what? Maybe I also want to see my 1:30 recording. How do I do that? Well, I can just hit the forward button. And now I can see all three recordings in tandem. So this is my 12:30, this is my 1 o'clock, and this is my 1:30. And again, I might want to record, for a football game or whatever the situation might be. I can make my start point in my 12:30 recording. I can include my entirety of my 1 o'clock recording and make my end point here in my 1:30 recording. So that's now I've made a 43-minute clip, or I could conceivably make a 43-minute clip that actually extends through 3 complete recordings. Now, probably your next question here, because I've already gotten this question the couple of times that I've been able to demo this, is what about beyond the previous, and what about the beyond the previous recording and the beyond the next recording? And that's already on our radar. It's already something that our devs are looking at, and we quickly got a response from our customers that that's something that they're going to be looking for in this functionality. So I would expect that you'd probably be able to see that in a future release of the software, because it's something that it's already come up a few times. So yeah, it's a really cool feature that we're really excited about. So that's the clipping across recordings, the updated taskbar, and additionally, you saw the tagging functionality. I'm happy to answer any questions you have about standard functionality of the SnapStream software, or anything that's been that I talked about in SnapStream 9.0, 9.1, or 9.2. So please, if there are questions, go ahead and submit them via the chat window. I'm going to take a quick look here. It's, how do you retrieve the tasks again if you accidentally close them out? They will reappear once you leave the web player here. You can also turn them off completely via the administrative settings of your SnapStream software. So if you don't have an administrative rights, you would ask your admin, or you can if you do have administrative settings, I believe it's under miscellaneous, but I will follow up with you, those who asked that question. Sure. So another question we got is, how long does it take for recording to be uploaded and available for clipping with version 9.3? So the way that our SnapStream, the SnapStream software works, and it obviously depends on your source, but generally speaking, most recordings are happening in real time from live broadcasts or live source content. So the difference between their source content coming in and being available to you is incredibly short. I can even be right in the moment of air and be clipping, be tweeting, be interacting with this content. And if I click this button right here from this live broadcast of CNN, it actually brings me to the live point of my CNN. If you were to turn on CNN on any TV in the country, this is what you would see right now. And you can see that if on the bottom right of my screen here, it's actually adding up. It's a 2:33 and 13 seconds as it goes up. And I can be clipping from real time. And if you look on the bottom right of the screen completely, you'll see the closed captioning is coming in real time as well. So it becomes, as soon as it's been set on television, it's indexed, it becomes searchable, and it's available to you. Tyler, do we have any other questions?
One more here.
So the question was, on the auto transcribe feature, do you have to do it manually for each video? How long does it take for, say, a 1 hour video? Can you clip a video and have those on-screen captions burned in? Great questions. A couple of different questions there. Yes, we can do burn-ins on the video. It is available to you, and I'm going to follow up actually here after our call with you specifically and walk you through that functionality. It is about I'm going to have to double check on the exact time of the transcribe feature, but it's if I recall, it's approximately 50% of the time of the recording. I don't I want to confirm that before I'm absolutely certain on that, but I believe it's about a 50% of the recording length. And then finally, do you have to do the transcribe feature manually for each video? You can do it manually for each video. So if I wanted to, transcribe a clip here, for instance, that hurricane clip that I made here earlier, I could say more actions and transcribe, or I can actually set this up via workflow and be able to say that I want, all my recordings from CNN being transcribed. Obviously that would have a transcription, excuse me, but all my recordings off of my RTMP feed need to be transcribed, or all my recordings that happen between 2 and 4 p.m. need to be transcribed, and so forth. You would do that via workflow. So that is the capability for transcription is there to either do it automatically, to do it manually, excuse me, via the library, or you can set up a workflow to do that automatically for you. I'm happy to go into that in more detail with you after the call as well. So there's a couple more questions. We'll stay on chat for as long as there are questions to be able to answer all your questions. I'm going to be available to you. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. My name is Eric Cohn again. I'm the customer success specialist here at SnapStream. My job is to offer trainings, to do workflow consultations, and really dig into the way you're using the software and make sure you're getting the absolute most out of the software. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me if there's any questions. You can always reach me at Eric, ERIC, at snapstream.com. You can also call me on my desk phone, 713-554-4591. And I see there's one or two more questions. I'll wrap up here. But again, if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to us via chat now, or reach out to me, Eric, at snapstream.com, or just go to snapstream.com and you can submit your question there and we'll be happy to respond. with you. If you want to schedule your SnapStream 9.3 upgrade, go to snapstream.com/upgrade. You can schedule at a time that works best for you. I do see just to on a final. So there's a question. I see Brian had a question regarding digital signage. Brian, I'm gonna catch up with you offline on this question because it's pretty use case specific. But you know, we can definitely talk about the functionality you're requesting. So with that, I want to say thank you so much for your time today. Please reach out for anything that I can help you with. Eric, ERIC @snapstream.com. Hope you have a great day, great rest of the week. Everybody on the East Coast, please stay safe, and we really appreciate your attention today. Thank you so much.